When it comes to networking, what are the 3 hardest things for you? So all of you guys have to have a desire to improve yourself. Now there's 3 skills that we gotta develop, but all I know is proximity is power. What is proximity?
Power.
Power. So you guys are in the right room if you wanna be more. All right, welcome to King's Club. How are you guys all doing? This is where you guys go, yeah! All right, how many of you guys have no clue why you're here? And it's okay if you don't know, totally fine. Awesome, okay. So if you want like the backstory, I grew up in a really challenging environment, ended up in prison twice by the time I was 17. So the whole point of this group is to help you become more. More is relative to you. Successful, you can use that word. So you guys are here because you want to do more in your life, yes?
Yes.
All right, if you're not, that's cool. And maybe just because you're here, you might get the desire to be more, and that's cool too. But all I know is proximity is power. What is proximity?
Power.
Power. So you guys are in the right room if you want to be more. Every time we get together, there's different themes. This one is relationships, people. When it comes to networking, connecting with better people or new friends, what are the 3 hardest things for you? I want you to write those down. Everybody write down your answer to that question. I'm curious, who would like to share what came up for them in regards to what scares them? Like Josh shared his things. I just want one from a person, yeah.
I think just figuring out if someone's solid or not.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
So like understanding who's worth investing in a relationship. Weird, but I never even thought of that. But it makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
The opposite of the first one, not feeling like you can provide value yourself.
Yeah. Providing value. Yeah, I love that.
When you meet people, not like intimidating them.
Yeah, okay, more friendly, I like that. Cool. Would you agree that there's probably another 15 to 25 items we could put on this?
Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of the day, the quality of your relationships will be the quality of your life. That's a writer downer. Has any of you guys ever worked with a Mr. Grumpy Face?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Does Mr. Grumpy Face make you happy or not happy?
Nice.
Perfect. If you hang out with people that are complimenting you, supporting you, want to see you win, that's going to be a completely different life that you experience than somebody that's always critical of you, shooting you down, telling you you're worthless. Make sense? Yes or yes? So write this down, the rich relationship triangle. Half of my net worth I can attribute to people, period, full stop. I look at the investors that invested in my early companies. I needed them. I look at friends that I had in my corner when I was having a bad day that helped me get up when I was feeling down, right? People being positive will create a richer life. Now there's 3 skills that we got to develop. Here's what I think we should all strive for. This is my invitation to you. We should all have fun, rich friends, okay? What do you think happens if you're the rich person and you have a bunch of friends?
Become the wallet.
Okay? So all of you guys have to have a desire to improve yourself. Rich is relative to what you say. When I say rich, it could be rich in relationships, rich with money, rich with whatever. When you start thinking about where you invest your time and energy, you might want to find people that are 1 or 2 steps further ahead because you know you're going that way. So if this is the goal, to have fun with our rich friends, you kind of need to be that too. So the 3 things we got to get great at. Number 1 is talk tracks. Number 2, we need to get better at our value creation. And the 3rd thing is people connection. So essentially what we're doing during our time together, we're here together for 30 minutes. We do the first 30 minutes just connecting, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of teach to help you guys learn a new skill so you guys can use that skill and create more stuff in your life. And then after, we're gonna hang out, and I've got my Porsche here. So we're gonna do a car show at the end because I think it's important for you guys to get in the environment of the things you want to acquire. Okay, I call it go shopping. If you have an aspiration to do something, you should go and try to experience it to whatever form you can. Here's the thing, you see Dan today on the video, shooting content, all that stuff, and you would think, I'm assuming, hey, that's a guy that's an extrovert, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an extreme extrovert. I didn't start there. Started my first company, thought it was gonna be a big winner, lost all my time and money. Started another company, so I was 17, 18, started another one at 20 with my brother, a hosting company, thought it was a genius idea, we each lost 5 grand. And it occurred to me that maybe I should get out of my office and stop sitting at my computer if I want to be successful. So the 3rd company, I decide to learn this stuff. So what do you think I did? I went and I got a book. And the book was called Love is a Killer App, okay? Corny title, powerful book. And it was a beautiful first book, okay? Taught me a lot. A guy named Tim Sanders wrote the book. And one of the arguments in the book that he said that shifted my whole life is your network is your net worth. So if you think about it, one of the most important skills you could ever develop is the relationships with people that know how to solve problems. So I read that book, Love is a Killer App. Then I read another book called Never Eat Alone by Keith Ferrazzi. He said, you should invite people that you want to do business with to work out with you. I'm 23, 24 years old, and I'm like thinking about like people I'm selling software products to. Why would I invite them to work out with me? And it comes to the talk tracks. Most people, they get nervous because they don't know what to say. I was sitting in the parking lot after reading books on relationships and connection, had my top questions, and was prepared. I needed to figure it out, but you need to know what to say. There's two things that you got to work on. Number one is curiosity. People don't care what you know until they know that you care. That's a writer downer. That comes from Dale Carnegie. Okay, so think about this. Being curious means asking what? Cool. Most people are nervous to meet somebody new because they're worried that they're not going to know what to say, right? Anybody ever have that concern? Meet somebody new, don't know what to say? The cool thing about being curious is you don't have to know what to say. You just need to know what to ask. So it takes all the pressure off you by just knowing the questions to ask. So let's throw out some questions that you think are good questions that you could ask somebody more successful than you that you want to mentor you.
What's the mindset you have to acquire to get you to the next level?
Mindset question, that's beautiful. Kids are smart, eh? That's a good one. I invited some friends here to listen because I knew you guys have the goods, okay?
What stops you from quitting?
Ooh, that's so good. What stops you from quitting? Oh, you know what's funny? I don't think anybody's ever asked me that one. Like that. What else?
Where did you start?
Where did you start? Did you know the where did you start question is the most powerful question, the best question, and I'll tell you why. Everybody loves to tell their story. And the beauty of it is as they're telling you, you're getting to know them better. And while they're sharing with you, you're starting to understand their preference. When you listen to people answer, you want to make sure that you're trying to figure out ways that you can create connection after. And those are these two things. Today, we're just talking about talk tracks. So, step one, be curious. The way we're curious is?
Questions.
Number two is we got to teach. The challenge with asking just questions is you become a reporter to them. Think about that. That doesn't create the space for me to figure out how I can connect or create value together. How do you introduce the fact that you know how to do something to the other person in a non-douchey, look at me kind of way? That is the magic. You want me to show you the answer? You guys want to know the answer? A little bit or a lot?
A lot.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, you guys came in the right room. Here's how it would work. Your name?
Amadeo.
Amadeo, where do you live in the city?
Yeah, Gallagher's Canyon.
Okay, Gallagher's Canyon. Very cool. Have you ever been up June Springs?
A little bit.
A little bit. One of my favorite roads in the city because you can race up, and at the end, you know what? At the end of June Springs, have you ever been at the very end of June Springs? It's a beautiful dead end circle. And when you've got a fun car to drive, you know what you get to do once you got to turn around? You literally drift the whole thing as you come in, and you come right back down, and it is all the corners are cambered. And obviously this is illegal, so you shouldn't do it. But if you happen to be out there and you just got a bit of momentum in your tires, you might just want to have some fun. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. So I indirectly just taught him something. What did you just learn about me?
That you like to drive cars.
So there's a way to ask the questions to get to a place where you can share something about yourself. So here's a trick. Ask a broader question and then a more specific question around the thing you're good at. So let's do it again. I'll do it for you. Okay, Manav. Where are you from? By the barn, the circle?
Yeah, right.
Cool. Have you ever had the cinnamon buns at that place, the bakery?
No, I haven't.
Dude, I go there every time, so I road bike. You ever see all those road bikers going down Lakeshore? I go to the end of Lakeshore. Do you ever stop there, Todd?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Pretty much everybody that comes back stops and crushes like a cinnamon bun or one of their cookies. It's an amazing place. You should go. Cool? So this is interesting because you will have conversations like this where you don't feel like the other person is really giving you much. Some people are just more quiet. Does that make sense? Are you a more quiet person? Yeah. But if you are more quiet, you also got to realize that you might be doing that, and you sometimes got to realize if somebody's asking you questions, it's probably because they want to get to know you better. You got to give them more. The challenge is if you're too humble, you don't give anything to the other person to hook into to try to add value. And I see people do this all the time. I'm not saying as soon as somebody says, what do, you give them your net worth. I'm not saying that. I'm saying give them something, right? Tell them what you're passionate about. What did you create? What do you want to create? Give them something. They asked you a question. Sometimes people give them so little because they don't want to be that guy that the person can't even help you if you wanted their help. So just understand that it's a two-way street. Yes? Does that make sense? Yes or yes? Where's Sam? Sam, come here. As soon as we started this company, the first thing I said to him was, who are the top people in the world doing this? He made the list. He gave it to me. I literally spent time networking relationships to get those people on phone calls with Sam, and he did the same for himself. So Sam, imagine we didn't have any of the conversation with any of those people. Where would we be?
Same place.
We would be very worse because we'd be sad, super sad, that we suck so bad because we wouldn't have made any progress in the last year. Because you met those people, did they teach you stuff?
Oh, everything.
Okay. Did you go to like the people closest to you, or you went to the best of the best?
Best in the world.
All the people that you follow on the internet, those people that are behind those people, Sam talks to. There's nothing somebody else has done that you can't do this. Your brains all work. You walked here. I know you guys can do this. I want you to understand. I believe in you, every one of you. All right, guys, what we're gonna do is wrap things up. I wanna ask real quick, what are your biggest takeaways? We spent a bit of time together, learned some new stuff, you met some new friends. What are some of the biggest things you liked, you learned, you're taking with you? We're gonna start over here.
For me, it was the most valuable person in the room is the person who can solve the biggest problem for the business person. That analogy, like, really.
Do you know that's the only skill I work on every day? That's it. That's all I work on. How do I build the connection with the right people and solve the biggest problems for the people I want to connect with? Because if I can do that, I can get to anybody, I can add value to anybody. I don't even have to know how to do it. I just need to know the person that knows how to do it. Very cool. I'm glad you picked that up. Anybody else? Over here.
How to ask 3 questions to teach.
Ooh, you like that?
Yeah.
That was ninja shit. I've never shared that before. I'm glad you guys brought that out of me. That was an awesome one. Yes.
Well, look when you talk about asking a broad question, then the specific, and then.
Yeah, you always want to know where you want to end up. So you go broad because it'll lean in, but then you can kind of hone in.
Yeah.
And that's a skill. We're gonna wrap things up. I'm gonna stick around for a bit. We're gonna go, is the car downstairs or no? Yep. Oh, it is, cool. So I got the Porsche downstairs, GT3 Touring manual. It's a pretty beautiful car. So we'll do that downstairs. I got a whole team of people like Matisse and Sam and others that would love to mentor you guys. So we keep investing and growing, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for coming. For yourselves, clap it up. What's fun is I got them to paint match my key. So it doesn't come this way, but it's kind of like the same. They just paint matched it the other day.
That's a nice car.
Yeah, it's a GT3, but what's unique about it is it doesn't have the wings, so most people wouldn't know it's a race car. They would just think it's like a 911. But it's the race car with the manual, so that's what makes it unique is the manual component. And it revs to 9,000 RPM, so it sounds like an F1 car.
Can we hear it?
You can. I want to share this. Like, the coolest thing about Kings Club is the fact that I'm being asked questions that remind me what it was like to be a teenager. They're just really honest. And I think sometimes when people in business ask me questions, they're like, they're posturing, whereas these kids are just like, this is how I feel. I just think that's the coolest part, is I'm gonna get better at teaching and sharing my stories because they're bringing me down to a level that I think is a lot broader and approachable, and I think that's the coolest thing in the world.